In this video, we will cover 3 of the world's most haunted dolls and take a look at an island filled with them. Number 1. Robert the Doll. A straw doll about the size of a young boy sits in a small wooden chair holding a worn-out toy dog. With his faint smile and this creepy feeling that he is aware of his surroundings, Robert has gained a reputation for being the most haunted doll of all time. There are many urban legends surrounding Robert. Some say that he was crafted by a doll maker who practiced black magic, or that a mischievous spirit was trapped inside. Now, the most common legend about Robert goes like this. In the early 1900s, in Key West, Florida, a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto received the doll as a birthday gift from his grandfather. The young boy later named the doll after himself. While Robert seemed like an ordinary doll, it did not take long for the boy's family to notice strange events whenever the doll was around. At night, they would hear sounds coming from the boy's room, giggling, weird noises, and the sounds of furniture being moved. Every time the parents entered the room, they would find it in a complete mess, and when they asked their son about what had happened, he would always point at the doll and insist he did it. The spooky events did not stop here. The mother would catch glimpses of the doll moving, or find it in a different spot than where it was before. Despite all of this, the doll stayed in the family house. Even as Otto grew older, he would come back home and often spend time in his room painting. Always there was his doll, Robert, propped up against the window of the room. Kids passing by would look up and claim to see Robert move from one side of the window to the other. Visitors to the house would describe how the doll's facial expression changed as they spoke, as if the doll was listening. In 1972, Otto passed away, and his beloved doll was stored in the family house. Eventually, in 1994, Robert was donated to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. Some people claim to experience misfortunes after visiting Robert. According to local folklore, the doll has caused car accidents, job loss, divorce, and other misfortunes. There's even a belief that taking a picture of Robert without asking for permission can get you cursed. The crazy thing that some visitors go as far as leaving letters of apology to Robert for any disrespectful behavior, as they believe that if you don't show him proper respect, bad luck will follow you. Number 2. Annabelle. Annabelle is another famous haunted doll. She even has a series of movies based on her terrifying story. However, the real Annabelle is actually a Raggedy Ann doll. It currently resides in the Warren Occult Museum. There you can also find other haunted objects that are said to hold demonic spirits and curses. So, how did Annabelle end up there? Well, according to the urban legend, in the 1970s, Annabelle was given as a gift to a nursing student named Donna. Donna and her roommate Angie started to experience strange and mysterious events. The doll would move on its own, leave cryptic messages, and even try to attack them. Afterward, a psychic told the students that the doll was possessed by the spirit of a deceased girl named Annabelle. Despite the girl's efforts to accept and take care of the doll, it continued to behave in a malicious way. Eventually, Donna and Andy sought the help of paranormal investigators Lauren and Ed Warren. They determined that the doll was indeed possessed by an evil spirit. The Warrens took Annabelle and locked her away in a glass case in their occult museum. The case is said to be blessed and sealed in a special way to prevent the spirit from escaping. Number 3. Okiku. one of the most famous Japanese urban legends related to haunted dolls. At first glance, Okiku looks like a typical traditional Japanese doll. However, the story behind Okiku is both spooky and tragic. The story goes back to 1918, where a teenager named Ishiki Suzuki purchased the doll for his younger sister, Okiku, who gave the doll its name. It was a special doll that Okiku loved so much, but unfortunately, after 2 years, Okiku fell ill and passed away at a very young age. Her family, wanting to keep her memory alive, decided to place the doll on their family altar. Little did they know that the doll would soon become the center of some mysterious and creepy events. One day, the family noticed something really bizarre about the doll. Its hair was slowly growing longer. As if things couldn't get any creepier, they began hearing strange noises in their house at night. And it did not end there. The doll started to appear in their dreams. When this kept happening over and over again, the family came to the conclusion that Okiku's spirit was still connected to the doll, making its presence known. Eventually, they decided to donate the doll to their local temple. They believed that the temple would be a safe place for Okiku's doll to reside and her spirit to find peace. In case you want to hear more stories about haunted dolls, there is an entire island filled with them. This island is located in Mexico and known as the Island of the Dolls. On shore, you will be greeted by hundreds of dolls, some big, some small, some gigantic. No humans live there anymore, only dolls. This island has gained a reputation as one of the most haunted and creepiest places in Mexico. Many visitors claim to experience paranormal activities, such as the dolls whispering or moving their heads and arms. Others claim that they've seen the doll's eyes following them. So why there are many dolls there? And how did all this begin? Legend has it that it all started when a man named Don Julian Pereira left his wife and family and moved to this small island. At the same day he arrived there, a little girl fell in the water canal and drowned. Pereira tried to rescue her, but unfortunately, he failed. The girl was lost and her body was never found. That night, Pereira kept hearing screaming and sounds of torture, so he believed that he had been haunted by her spirit. The next day he decided to hang a doll, as he thought that this would keep her spirit happy. But that did not stop there. He kept doing that and hanging more and more dolls until the day he died. The crazy thing that Pereira was found lifeless in the water canal, drowned in the same spot where the little girl was said to have drowned.